or iHeart Media.
From the fast action of the trading pit to the power brokers making the headlines, you'll hear it all on the Traders Network Show with your host, Michael Yorba. All right. Michael interviews the front page titans about the latest in trading tools and market trends in stocks, commodities, bonds, forex, and derivatives. The Traders Network helps you stay ahead of the curve and delivers tomorrow's trade today. Now, here's your host, Michael Yorba.
Welcome back to the Traders Network. I'm Michael Yorba, your host. Thanks for joining us. Broadcasting to you live from the Dallas KFXR 1190 AM iHeart Media studios and worldwide through yorbamedia.com. All right, my first guest today, Julie Smolyansky, and she is the president, CEO of Lifeway Foods, and web address is lifeway.net, but they also have a stock symbol, LWAY. LWAY, and this thing has been on an absolute tear. Julie, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Now, you're noted as being one of the youngest female CEOs of a publicly traded firm, and you have a huge accolade of accomplishments behind you, United Nations, foundations, things of that nature. Let me back up a little bit and allow you to introduce yourself to the audience and tell us just a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I became the CEO of Lifeway Foods after the untimely death of my father, Michael Smolyansky, in 2002. I was 27 years old. My parents founded Lifeway Foods in 1986 after we were immigrants from the former Soviet Union in 1976, and my parents had an entrepreneurial dream to, have freedom and just, live the American dream. And so in 86, they started Lifeway on the idea of bringing a probiotic cultured dairy product called kefir, or kefir as some people like to call it, to the United States and make it a mainstream beverage that all Americans can enjoy. It's a staple in Eastern Europe and something that they consumed as children in the Soviet Union and throughout Eastern Europe. It's a staple and very, very popular, something that people drink every day for preventative and medicinal, health and wellness. And so my parents started the business. They saw that they were expanding really rapidly. There's a great desire for the products, and awareness was growing around wellness. And at the same time, there was an interesting kind of combination of political things happening in our society, where the wall was coming down in the Soviet Union. Americans were interested and fascinated with all things Russian, and so my parents found the need to raise more capital. So they took the company public in 1988, and then I basically joined my dad after college. My brother joined us after he graduated college, and he became the CFO. And so when my dad passed away in 2002, suddenly it forced me into this role of CEO, and of course, no one believed that we could do it. And as a matter of fact, the stock, the day that we announced he passed away, the stock crashed, and NASDAQ had to halt trading. And it was a really challenging and trying time. Our revenues at the time were $12 million, and today they're at about $130 million. So we've certainly grown and exceeded most individuals' expectations. And along the way, it's been almost 13 years that my brother and I have been running the business, and here we are.
Well, throughout that process, you took him from 12 to over $130 million in 2015. You expanded the distribution from just the United States to Canada and also in the United Kingdom, right?
Yeah. So when we hit that $100 million threshold, and let me back up by saying that the kefir market in the United States is we've created the category, and so just about the entire market share of kefir is dominated by Lifeway. So we have 97% of the market share, and we're growing, between 20 and 30% a year. And that's actually even bigger than the growth that generally probiotics is even experiencing. And for the probiotic global market, is expected to hit $52 billion by 2020, and it's growing at a 7% clip. So we're even growing faster than that global market. And so we realized that when we hit that $100 million threshold in the United States with 97% dominance, that it's time to look outside of the borders of the U.S. and of course, social media and the advancements of technology has kind of even brought those borders and boundaries down, making us closer to friends all over the world, and real-time connections. And so yes, we saw this need for global demand of healthier eating, and I think what we know is that all people want to be healthy. All people want to have access to healthy food. It doesn't matter where you live. We all didn't really need that food and bacteria, friendly bacteria, which is what kefir provides, for good digestive health, for immunity, for it's even been found to reduce depression and stress and anxiety. So the science behind the product is really, really growing and supporting the growth in the product and the commercial availability of it.
Now,
and so, we expanded into Canada. We're in Mexico. We're in Hong Kong, Kuwait. And just continuing to look at that global expansion. Really, the vision is to build Lifeway into a brand with global icon resonance. I equate it to, we want to be the Hershey's to chocolate or the Tropicana to orange juice, Lifeway to kefir, with that global presence.
Now, it's with your leadership and the way that you market the product. As science is one thing, but actually getting it to market. That's why Fortune Business recently named you 40 under 40, also 55 of the most influential women on Twitter. You've got those accolades, and they don't just hand those out in a gum machine. You have to earn that stuff. Talk to us about.
There's a lot of work behind it, that's for sure.
Let's talk about that hard work. And your products. I want to get into what the products are, but also how you managed to take your company that had to halt stock trading the day that you started to transition into your position, and then how you got it to where it is.
Yeah. Well, I think that Lifeway is at the forefront of innovation and developing some of the best new trends happening in food. I think, first of all, there's this interesting thing happening within food, and I believe that food in general and the food industry is about to be flipped over on its head. We have, the top 10 multinational food companies in the world, multi-billion-dollar multinational companies controlling, 90% of what we eat. And those things that they're putting out there are not always very healthy. And actually, I would say that they're contributing to a healthcare crisis. We spend, trillions of dollars on managing health, and $3 trillion, actually, to be exact, managing health-related conditions that mostly are a condition of lifestyle and the food we eat. So I think, just that's important to have context. And what people are now demanding and looking for is transparency on labels, ingredients that have traceability. Organic and GMO continue to be driving a lot of this demand. The natural food industry in general is going to grow to $252 billion by 2019. There's a huge demand for new and innovative, healthy products. That's one thing that's helping us kind of grow and develop these and look to our consumers for feedback for what they're looking for. One of the things that we did early on was to change our packaging into, initially it was a very medicinal kind of, I would say almost boring label. we invested into our packaging to make sure that we could really empower consumers with information, easily readable information on our labels, and we continuously always update and freshen those to kind of appeal to the most important things that consumers are looking for based on consumer feedback. And then, I think one valuable point to another part of our innovation is that we really look for diversity in that feedback, including moms. And moms are such a big part of our consumer base. And, I was at the age where I was, my friends were having kids. I was getting ready to have kids, and I really watched how children were eating and what food mom was giving to their kids. And I noticed that it was like this, you feed a child like 6 times a day, and it's like a 20 to 30 minute feeding with the baby jar and the spoon, and it's a whole ordeal. It's like 2 to 3 hours a day that you're sitting and trying to feed a toddler. And so we looked for an innovation in the packaging, and the pouch delivery system was one of the most innovative things I had seen, and such a time saver. And so we found a way to, put our kefir product into a pouch in 2007. So we think, right before the recession. This was a new package. It was incredibly expensive, but it had the highest quality of ingredients and a time saver. So this was solving a pain point for mom. And we launched ProBugs in 2007, and it is one of the best-selling products that we have. And it certainly disrupted the entire food space for the baby feeding area. And we're expecting that in the next 5 years, the pouches are going to take up about 25% of the entire baby food space, which is just incredible when you think about the baby jars and how iconic those were.
Julie,
and yes.
Let's take a short break right here, and we'll come back with your children's products and a list of other accomplishments you've got here for Lifeway. All right?
Awesome.
All right, we'll be right back with Julie Smolyansky, President CEO Lifeway Foods. That's lifeway.net, and the stock symbol LWAY. You might want to pull it up. It's rocketing through to the moon. We'll be right back.
I'm Rodney Anderson, inviting you to tune into my daily radio show from 11 a.m. to noon on Talk Radio 1190 a.m. Listen in for sound financial advice, and I'll answer all your money questions and more, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. on Talk Radio 1190.
Things aren't the same as they were when Geico started saving people money over 75 years ago. We didn't have reality TV. Back then, it was just reality. The most exciting thing that ever happened was when Jimmy got his head stuck in a gopher hole. And trust me, that's not a show anyone would binge watch. Yep, we didn't have much entertainment, but switching our car insurance to Geico was pretty exciting.
Geico, saving people money on car insurance for over 75 years.
I'm Dr. James, founder of Diamond Physicians, a concierge medicine practice located in Dallas, Texas. Our Diamond 360 Advanced Physical Exam has been created for people like you who live a high-stress, fast-paced life. Every 40 seconds, someone in the U.S. experiences a life-changing heart attack or debilitating stroke. Negative stress tests and normal cholesterol levels do not exclude you. Half of all fatal heart attacks occur without warning. Diamond goes beyond traditional medicine with the Diamond 360 Advanced Physical Exam. Proven to prevent heart attacks, strokes, and diabetes. Contact Diamond now at 214-395-3491. That's 214-395-3491. Or visit our website at diamondphysicians.com to take the Diamond Challenge. If your Diamond 360 reveals perfect health, receive a full refund. Your loved ones will thank you.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies, and rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, for a man age 45 non-tobacco user, it's $1 million of coverage and $75 per month level rate for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110 per month, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rate guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for for you as well. At TermBusters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call today for a quote at 1-800-862-8376. That's 1-800-862-8376. You're probably paying more than you should. Call TermBusters at 1-800-862-8376 or visit our website at termbusters.net. Remember, 1-800-862-8376. Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting. Exam required to qualify.
I'm Lex Friedman. I run my own business, so I know from experience, hiring new employees can be tough. Posting your job in one place isn't enough to find quality candidates. If you want to find the perfect hire, you need to post your job on all the top job sites. And now you can. With ZipRecruiter.com, you can post your job to 50-plus job sites, including social networks like Facebook and Twitter, all with a single click. Find candidates in any industry nationwide. Just post once and watch your qualified candidates roll in to ZipRecruiter's easy-to-use interface. And with ZipRecruiter's premium traffic boost, you can get up to 3 times more candidates. Quickly screen applicants, rate them, and hire the right person fast. Find out why ZipRecruiter has been used by over 200,000 businesses. Right now, our listeners can try ZipRecruiter for free. Plus, get 30% off your first traffic boost by going to ZipRecruiter.com/info. That's ZipRecruiter.com/info. One more time. To try it for free, go to ZipRecruiter.com/info.
Are you tired of exposing your retirement to stock market risk? Call 866-555-SAFE for your free Safe Money book and join Brady Spears and Chris Novinger for the Retirement Experts Radio Show every Saturday at 9 a.m. here on 1190 a.m.
Welcome back to the Traders Network. I'm Michael Yorba, your host. Thanks for joining us. Broadcasting to you live from the Dallas KFXR 1190 AM iHeart Media Studios and worldwide through yorbamedia.com. I'm joined with Julie Smolyansky. She is the president CEO of Lifeway Foods. That's lifeway.net, and the stock symbol is LWAY. It's on a massive trajectory. All right, Julie, you have really created a lot of movement, kicked up a lot of dust around you. I mean, you're involved with the United Nations. You've also been voted by Fast Company's most creative people in business. You've got a lot of stuff, but let's get back into ProBugs for kids, but not just that. I wanted to talk about some of the things that you've done that has just completely separated you, given you the 97% market share that you have, and also the science involved in what's going on. I mean, you're a marathon runner. You know the importance of what this stuff does to your body. Not only that, but you're a mother, and what it does to your children. Let's talk a little bit about the benefits of your products.
Sure. So, one of the issues that we're facing is just the modern lifestyle and the disruption to our gut microbes that, our modern diet, our sedentary lifestyle, our overdependence on antibiotics, and that all these issues have completely destroyed our natural bacteria, travel, stress, all of that disrupts the balance of our microbiome. We need to consistently replace that microflora in our gut with probiotics like kefir and other fermented foods to sort of rebalance that in our body. We know that the science is showing that people with less diverse microbiomes, they tend to gain weight, they develop risk factors for lots of serious health problems, including ulcers, irritable bowel syndrome, depression, allergies, even cancer. And much of that can be, supported or, I guess in some cases reversed with a probiotic-rich diet. There's over 6,000 published research articles that support the need for probiotics and good bacteria in the gut. And so, that is, I think, what's really driving the demand for Lifeway and for, products like Lifeway. So it's a really exciting time when this emerging research is coming out and supporting the power of bacteria. This is a 2,000-year-old product. This was kefir and cultured food was around, it was written about in the Bible. Marco Polo wrote about it. Genghis Khan wrote about it. Cleopatra bathed in it. So, and it really largely survived based on word of mouth and, sort of the grandma, babushka selling, jars of kefir and in the bazaar in the Caucasus Mountains. And it was associated with longevity and wellness, but nobody really knew why. And now that science is catching up to those folklore. And so it's really exciting. And that bacteria, we haven't even learned everything that we can about the benefits of the bacteria and probiotics. And, it's going to continue to be a driving force in our diets and how we treat our body. So, it can really improve the quality of life, and it saves lives. It's prevented people from surgery who've had like Crohn's disease. I remember a woman calling in our customer service line saying that she was about to have surgery. She was to have 80% of her digestive tract removed on a whim. She heard about our product. She tried it. Within 2 weeks, she was symptom-free. No medicine, just good, healthy, Lifeway probiotic kefir. And that's worth everything. That's worth all the hard work. So yeah, it's exciting.
How often should we eat? Is it kefir?
Yeah. Yeah. Like every day would, a glass every day is a really powerful addition to your diet that you can make. And it's, I would say it's one of the most affordable, accessible things that you can do for your body for a healthier lifestyle. That's just really, really powerful. I've read research that there's more neurons in the gut than even in the brain. And so much of our immunity comes from the gut. And so, kind of that over-processed foods that we consume, it impacts the gut and wellness. So those are things that we're seeing and that we know about. So, I would just go back to like Lifeway in our operations. Because of all of the success that we've had, we knew that we were reaching and bumping into capacity issues. So last year we invested in a new 200,000 square foot facility. And we actually, spent the last year working on construction and building the machinery up. And we just we had our first test run of our first batch of kefir. And so, we're getting ready to roll it out from that facility, which will get us to about $500 million in capacity. So that's really, really exciting. It will put us on the map as probably the largest kefir manufacturer in the world, but certainly in the United States. So that's exciting. And then with the new capacity coming online, we launched our first ever national TV commercial just this year during the Golden Globes and Saturday Night Live 40th anniversary. So that's a huge, big step for us and for the industry of just healthy and natural food. It's a big milestone, I would say. And so, just looking to continue to grow that business and the fact that we have as much capacity as we need right now makes it really easy to fill that demand.
Now, you don't stay at number one unless you're on top of your game. And hand in hand, aside from a great product that actually gets the results people are expecting out of it, you also have to get it to market. What can, for the young entrepreneurs who are trying to find a way to make a niche in the world, somebody who's actually done it, 97% market share is unheard of in any industry sector outside of maybe Microsoft. And that's massive. What words of wisdom would you put out there to somebody like young women or young men trying to make it in life and get the kind of results you've been able to achieve with your company?
Well, I would say solve a problem, solve a problem and use your skill to make the world better in some way. I think one thing that millennials are really looking for is they don't want to just support a company for the sake of, the product. Right. They want to make sure, they want to know that company is also doing good in the world, that company is supporting the community and the environment, that they're, sustainable or have environmental conscious, practices. And that's one of the things that Lifeway is also really committed to. Our products, we use renewable energy and put green energy back onto the power grid. So we're essentially carbon neutral in our manufacturing process. So, things like that, we really do focus a lot on and I don't even say it's corporate responsibility because that feels almost like a marketing play, but, my family immigrated and we were refugees, and that was only through the advocacy of good people here in the States who were willing to stick out their neck and support us. And I think that just resonated with me and something that I carry forward in my leadership, and that, I want to use that platform that Lifeway has, that I have, to raise issues and elevate really important things in our communities to try to make it better. So I think that's one thing, is like, use your skill set to solve a problem of some sort, solve a pain point that we have, and be really responsible about it. And I would look to a new startup company, for example, that just launched a fast casual healthy food concept. So, you think about casual fast food, it's generally unhealthy. But Freshie, founded by Matthew Koren, just launched, and Lifeway is actually serving frozen kefir in their stores, 25 stores as a pilot project. If it's successful, we'll go into 100. And they're expanding, they're looking at 400 stores. I mean, that's really brave to go up against some of the largest fast food concepts in our country, in our world. To be out there and launching kale and quinoa and frozen kefir it's bold. But I think that's what the millennial consumer and sort of most people, I don't think it's just millennials, they want access to healthy food. Like, the cat's out of the bag, what you eat impacts your health. And if you're not paying for it with your food and buying quality food for your body, you'll pay for it on the back end on health. And that's what I think we all are starting to realize. But, it doesn't have to be food that a young entrepreneur is interested in. It could be really anything. But I think, solve a problem. And that's one of the best ways, I think, to start out.
Julie, we're going to need to end it on that note, but thank you so much for taking the time to come onto our show.
My pleasure.
Continued success. All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Julie, I'm going to butcher this.
Smolyansky.
Thank you, Smolyansky. President, CEO, Lifeway Foods. LWAY is the symbols, and lifeway.net is a web address. If you haven't found it, you haven't been looking hard enough. We'll be right back on the other side of this break with Christopher Murphy, CEO and founder of Verasect, securing the world's internet. We'll be right back.